Hey Awaken friends, Chris here, and welcome to your flow. The purpose of this flow is for manifestation, grounding, attraction, whatever you want to call it. I'm on a bit of a 369 journey at the moment, so I thought I would create a flow around that just to center and bring alignment and purpose to this attraction, to bring more of what we kind of desire in. So can we start in a tabletop position? Your hips are going to be over your knees, shoulders over wrists. And let's just breathe a couple of times. Bring our chest open and forward to the front of the room. Collarbones moving open, feeling length, feeling articulation through the spine, and then exhaling while we dome that spine, chin tucking in into a nice rounded position. Inhale through the nose, brightness through the spine, openness through the chest, and exhale through. Now you may be warm and just keep moving through here with your breath. Inhale and exhale. You may already be warm. If you're not warm, you may want to do a quick warm up, one of the other flows in a playlist. If you're fine and you're ready to go, then let's just get into it. And as we move through here, and we're just starting to do some organic movements, maybe bringing the hips back and forward, just want you to think about, firstly, what you're grateful for. So what is it that you're grateful for? You know, is it friendships? Is it love? Is it kindness from people? Is it family? Pets? What is it that you're really, truly grateful for? And just hold on to that. Allow that to be part of the space that you create, this gratitude moment for what we have. In all the craziness in the world, it's nice to hold on to some gratitude occasionally. And come back to our static position. We're going to tuck our toes. We're going to come up into our downward facing dog. And if it's your first dog of the day, or your 100th, maybe bending the knees and bending the elbows, rolling the shoulders, moving around in the hips, and feeling into your body. Bring your attention out of your head and down into your shoulders. Bring your attention to your hips, to your calves, to your heels. Let your attention move through your body so you're one connected being. You're not just your thoughts and your head. You're not just your emotions. You're one connected being. With our heels maybe gently pressing towards the mat, tailbone moving up towards the sky, shoulders rolling open. Let's just take one big inhale through our nose and exhale out through our nose to connect into this moment. Coming to the ball of our left foot, right foot will float up to the sky, and right foot will tiger curl through, articulating our spine like we started. Keep that foot high, keep it high, and then bring it up to our right thumb. Then opening our left foot to a 45-degree angle, we're going to come up to our warrior one for our first position. As we arrive in our first position, let's think about what we want to attract. What is our affirmation? What is it that we want to bring into focus? What do we want to bring into being? Open to warrior two, second position. And as we land here, and we land into this strength, we can feel the strength through both feet. Our knee is trekking over our ankle. We can feel the outer edge of our foot. Our shoulders roll back and open. Let's think about that, what we're really trying to attract. Right palm points up to the sky. Come back to reverse warrior. With your gaze up to the roof or following your hand as a drishti. And then exhale, hands come down to the ground. Framing our right foot steps back to meet left. Our knees come down, our elbows come down. And in this nice, humbling, grateful moment, pull through and up into our upward dog. And your thighs will come off the ground. We'll come to cobra, and then rolling over the toes, and come back into our downward facing dog. And breathe in. And as we exhale, just connect to that, what we're grateful for. And come into the ball of our right foot. Left foot floats up to the sky. And again, bring that for a tiger curl so it comes up into the chest. We dome the spine. We're rising up onto the ball of our right foot. We bring it forward in slow motion and it steps up to our left thumb. Right foot pivots open to our 45 degrees, and we raise those hands up to our first position. Left knee over, left ankle, outer edge of right foot, pressing down. Hips moving towards the front of the room and biceps up. As we pivot open to our second position, our warrior two, shoulders roll back and down, hands at shoulder height. Gazing over our forward hand, let's just dial back into what is it we want to attract? What is it we want to bring into reality? And then we come back into our reverse warrior. And then in one motion, coming back down to the ground, left hand and right hand framing our left foot back to right, into our plank for just a moment. Now knees will come down, forearms will come down, and in one graceful, grateful moment, coming through with our nose into this either cobra, pressing up into our up dog position, thighs off the ground, strength through our feet, then rolling over the toes, come back to our downward facing dog, and breathe in here. One deep breath, and as we exhale, dial back into our gratitude moment. And then rising to the ball of our left foot, right foot floats up to the sky. Right foot coming through our tiger curl one time, up to our right thumb. Left foot comes to our 45 degrees as we rise up to our warrior one. First position. Opening up to our warrior two. Second. Both palms will flip this time. And we come up to a grateful flying warrior, fingertips touch. And which is third position, open back to our warrior two. For fourth. Here, feet pivot open. Let's do this. Feet pivoting open. Let's bring them into alignment. So we have this nice, wide fold stage. And we just slowly forward fold down. To our fifth position. Humbly coming down to the ground, folding down, feeling that coming through our hamstrings. If that's a bit much, bend your knees a little bit to preserve the lower back, preserve the hamstrings. It might be a lot. Sometimes I feel this through the connection between my pelvis and my hamstrings. Just feel that. Then bending the knees a little. In one motion, come all the way back up to our flying warrior. Fingertips touch above there for our sixth position. And then in one motion, we're going to come down and framing our right foot and stepping back to plank. Coming back down, right foot back to meets left. Knees will come down to the ground. Forearms come down to the ground. We pull through in this nice, grateful, graceful lift to up dog. And then back over our toes to downward facing dog. And coming to the ball of our right foot, left foot will come up to the sky. And again with that tiger curl, bringing it up, articulating through the spine as we step up to our left thumb. Right heel pivots open to our 45 degrees as we come up to warrior one. And find that attention into your body, connecting through every muscle, every part of it, open to warrior two. Hold here as we roll those shoulders back open. Hands at shoulder height. Flipping both palms, let's come up to our third movement for our flying warrior. And our fourth moment, opening back to warrior two. Feet pivoting open again. We're going to come into our wide fold forward, our long stance here. And we come down to our fifth moment. Hands underneath the shoulders somewhere. We're bowing forward. We're humble, we're grateful, and we've got in our mind and all through our body what we're trying to attract. And in one moment, bending in our knees and coming up to our flying warrior, fingertips touch, And then as we pivot across on both feet, hands come down to frame the left foot back to right. Knees will come down, forearms will come down. And in this grateful, graceful movement, flying up to our upward dog and rolling over our toes to our downward facing dog. And breathe in here. One breath in as we roll those shoulders back and open. Heels moving towards the back of the room. Tailbone up to the sky. Length through the spine. And onto the ball of the left foot. The right foot will float up to the sky. Again with that tiger curl. In slow motion, bring it up to our right thumb. Left foot's opening to 45 as we come up to our warrior one. First position. Opening to warrior two. Second. Flying up. One time for third. Opening back to warrior two for four. Flipping the right palm. Reversing back for five. Back to warrior two for six. Heels pivoting open, bring them into alignment for our wide leg forward fold. Maybe a little bit wider this time, so we hinge at the hips. And we come down humbly. Hands underneath our shoulders. And if it's part of your practice and you can feel it and you've got the range, you can bring your head to the ground. And rest here. And if you're really feeling it, you can lift your legs. If a headstand, this tripod stand rather, is part of your practice. And then opening your legs back up, slowly and gracefully, bring them down to the ground. I'll put a how-to on this online as well. And in one movement, come up to our 8th position, hands touching above. For our flying warrior, and this time opening up into our warrior two for our 9th position, as we remember what we're trying to attract, what we're bringing into being, what we're grateful for, what it is that will help us on our journey. And hands windmill down, framing the right foot. Right foot steps back to meet our left, holding in our plank pose, feeling the strength here. And our knees will come down, our forearms will come down, and gratefully and gracefully lifting up into our up dog and rolling over our toes into our downward facing dog. And breathe in and roll those shoulders back as you breathe out. Feeling the heels lengthen towards the ground and length and strength through the spine. Rising onto the right toes, left foot will float up to the sky and bringing that in for that tiger curl, articulating through the spine, stepping it up to our left thumb. Right foot to 45 as we come up to our warrior one. First position. Outer edge of right foot, moving into the ground. Strength. Open up for warrior two. Heel pivoting to long edge of the mat. Left knee over left ankle. Don't let that left knee track or fall in. Arms at shoulder height. And flipping both palms, come up to a flying warrior. One time, third. And open back up to warrior two for fourth. Flipping the palm. Let's come back through to our reverse warrior. And opening back up to our warrior two. 6, pivoting heels and toes open, wide leg forward fold. Let's come down. 7, and this is, again, if your hands are underneath, you can bring your forehead down if you've got the position and the range. If tripod's your place, then it's your groove and it's what you like. Lifting up the legs, floating them up to the sky. And be humble here, grateful. If you can, it's also a bit crazy and a bit of fun. And opening the legs back up, bringing them down. And then in one movement, bending the knees, let's float back up to Flying Warrior for 8, and opening to a Warrior 2 for our 9th position. Remembering what we're bringing into attraction here. Remember what we're trying to bring into being, but also what we're most grateful for. Then hands windmill down to frame our left foot. Left foot steps back to meet right. Right knees down. Both knees down, rather. Forearms down. Gratefully and gracefully lifting up into our upward dog. And then rolling over the toes. And into our downward facing dog. And then coming to the balls of our feet. Let's bring our knees down together. Feet back. And just forward fold all the way down into a child's pose. And keeping your forehead on the ground in this nice introverted space in your child's pose. When your knees are together and your hands are behind, this is sometimes called embryo or called wisdom pose. And for this flow, call it wisdom pose because let's just be wise here. Think about what we're grateful for. Think about what we're bringing into attraction. Think about what we want to connect to. And also think about the person you are as you arrive onto the mat. That you've taken this time to cultivate something, to create something new, to bring something into being. And that's special. It's finding time for yourself to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And honor that, and with kindness, be kind to yourself and joyful. Coming back up into hero's pose. And let's just rise our hands up above us. One time as our fingertips touch, bringing our hands down to heart center. Let's just think about what we're grateful for, what we're trying to attract. Let's think about what we're grateful for and think about what we're trying to attract. And I leave you in this wonderful, connected, happy moment. Thank you for flowing with me. Thank you for helping come along my 369 journey. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.